you have your teams as well eh. Diba? You have your management, you have your teams, you have your etc. etc. Magkano ang nagastos ng isang Binibining Pilipinas 2025 Queen in preparation for competing this year?
Well, at least in my case, I was very fortunate to receive like full out support from LGU Iligan. So thank you pala. Thank you. I can't stop thinking. I can't thank you enough for Honorable Mayor Frederick Xiao and the entirety of the LGU Iligan for supporting me on this endeavor. Because it was the first time also for me to represent my hometown in the national pageant. So estimate daw eh. So ano, under 400.
Under 400.
Yeah.
Under 400.
Which was for me, it still
That's
felt high.
That's all from the Iligan City government.
Yes, yes.
Eh, what about yung mga galing sa pocket mo or galing sa friends and supporters mo na naging part din ng gastos?
Well, not exactly. I had help, but parang in kind. You know what I mean? Like service. Like, oh, I can do your makeup on this day. I can do your hair on this day. Or for example, can I pull out an outfit so hindi ako magre-rent? Yung gastos ko na lang is yung lapang Lala Move. Shoutout pala kay Sir Arwin Meriales, kay Kuya Jermaine Nabong, and to Sir Jello Garcia for really reaching out to me as soon as I became an official Binibining candidate. They really reached out and said, if you need anything, please let us know. I really appreciate your help talaga. It's a huge help.
Sige, less than 400,000 plus in kind.
Yeah, like a little help here and there.
What about our Binibining Pilipinas International? Magkano ang nagastos mo?
I'm being very, very honest.
Oh, we should.
I've never really been financially privileged. And so even my first journey into this journey, truthfully speaking, in terms of finances, I was more restricted this time around than I was the first time around. Kasi parang I didn't have that much time to save in between both. So I'm very, very, very grateful because my team from Davao does everything out of love. So dun pa lang, that already saves me so much.
Talaga, lahat, walang gastos.
I promise you, in the 10 years that I've known them, they have never asked for a single cent, which is why I'm so big on loyalty, and I'm so grateful for that. They really.
And what about your gown? Kasi yung gown mo parang corona mo na eh, with all the gems and
So
everything.
actually, funny story about my gown and my NATCOS. My gown, after I joined my very first national pageant, I had this like idea in mind of a dream gown that I wanted to wear, and I didn't think I was ever gonna wear a gown of that type, but it was a high collar, short sleeve.
So that was your dream
2016 pa lang, I had that idea in mind, and I had a little
Vision
sketch.
talaga.
And I presented it to Sir Louis Pangilinan, and I said, you know, I'm so shy, I don't want to overstep, you're a designer, like this is your forte, but this is like my dream gown. Would you be willing, like, tell me your feedback, is it pangit, is it something? But this is my dream gown. Maybe you can do something, you can tweak it a little bit. He's like, you know what, let's go with your vision. I'll add like a little touch in the back, but like, let's do that, let's bring that to life. So, again, I'm really grateful because there have been creatives who are willing to reach out and collaborate with me. So that really made this journey a lot easier. I didn't have to stress so much about finding finances. It was really just, you know, the Lala moves, transportation, making sure everyone was full. Thank you, Duncan.
Kasi I mean, even if a lot of stuff is like helped out, parang yung Lala Move, all that stuff adds up. Yung
Hindi
rent,
accessible na lahat ngayon, no? Because of that.
the rent that you have to pay. Because I moved.
Yeah,
Exactly. You know, the basic stuff. But then, syempre magpapasabog shoot kayo, wala nga naman, wala kayong kinakain, di
So
ba?
that's why you won this time because it was you all along. Your dream, your look, and everything. Eh. Ikaw na yun, hindi na yung vision ng ibang tao. Is that what you're saying now, di ba?
Even the NATCOS din. So, I had a sketch in mind again that I presented to him, and I was like, if
So
you
baka
could-
pwede ka na maging designer din.
I'm open, shutting. I'm open. Baka naman in the future, you never know. But I think that was one of the things that I tried to do in 2023 that I wasn't really fully able to execute as I wanted to really make sure anytime someone saw me, obviously I wouldn't be able to talk to every single person that passed by in Araneta City, but I wanted whatever image someone had in their mind of me to be an accurate representation of me. So that's why I always have certain things that I'm wearing. Even this that I wore is something that I'm wearing now is something that I like.
So magkano
designed.
inabot?
Honestly, all in all, I would want to say 300 max.
300 na.
That's
Yeah.
maximum na. I want to say nasa 200 siguro.
Mm.
But that's because, again, I'm very fortunate. It was not me. People were really willing to help me out, and they believed in me. They saw something in my vision. So I'm very grateful for that. Because if it wasn't for them, I don't
Yeah.
even know.
You have to pay for
I
everything.
would not
no?
be here.
Di kaya.
So, question ako, so yung 300 and 400 could still grow kasi may mga international competitions kayo later on. So it could grow pa. It could go beyond 300.
Tabula rasa na yan.
Doon na papasok ang binibini at saka mga iba pang ano.
Hindi, the gowns naman will be coming from their designers. Diba? So they'll be buying those gowns. Yung mga pasabog videos nila.
Oh, sige, later. Punta muna tayo kay Dalia at saka kay Kathleen. Magkano inabot? How much?
Salamat sa friendship.
What I wanna emphasize on is I spent a lot more on training. Yeah, that was really it became more expensive because I'm completely fresh. Like I have zero I never thought I would be in this position now. So it's really such an honor. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Especially Adam, the crown. You guys have been there. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. You guys have been there since the very beginning for me, when I was completely fresh pa, and I'm still pretty new. I'm still getting my groove, I'm still figuring everything out, but that's where I focused more on. I tried to train as much as I could. Like for example, let me also talk about my preliminary swimsuit. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was all the nerves, you know what I mean? All the nerves just lumabas dun.
Oo nga, sabi ni Adam, hindi nga daw pang binibini yung mga movements niyo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Grabe.
That's why I appreciate Adam so much because I really listen. I listen to his opinions. I listen to all of your
Still, you
opinions.
still after everything. That's why you did not win. Because you listened to it.
No. Actually, I
Runner-up
did
is a
listen.
win.
And that's why I got best in swimsuit
Yeah.
after. Because I listened and there were times.
So you changed from the
Of course.
press presentation to the finals.
Hin-
You changed your movements.
Hindi naman changing movements because that's really who I am naman po. How I am on stage. I am like that. But the thing was, of course, may tweaks lang, especially with how I felt in the moment. I trained myself. After the preliminary, I was like, okay, wala na. I already made that mistake. So there's nothing else I could do other than improve. So with my Q&A, baka.
Ano i-Q&A ko kayo? Bakit?
To be fair naman sa kanila, I mean the reason bakit sila they were trying to be extra was because yun nga gusto ko tanungin, were you inspired ba from the previous winners of the Binibining Pilipinas pageant?
Nagdamay ka pa.
Great question po kasi,
It worked for Mirna, so it probably worked again this time around, diba?
in a way, I looked at it as I'm still competing in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
We
There's
have
still
to
this-
have the mindset that everyone in the Philippines are performers. Filipinos are performers,
Yes.
and so I wanna give my best as well as a Pinay, as a Filipina, before I even think about finding a brand. You know what I mean? This is who I am, this is what I want to showcase, and I did make some mistakes along the way, but there's of course room to still train
It's always
more,
improve, yeah.
and maybe my next Q&A will be better. You know, same as what happened with my swimsuit. I'm really proud of the direction we're all going. We're all learning so much.
But in fairness, not all the judges, I'm very sure, hindi nila alam na talaga kung pang ilan na yung ating crown. So that's safe actually. That's very safe.
Yes.
So you need not worry about it. But you gave a very good answer. So the question, let's go back to
Yes, the
how
question.
much?
You're
let's-
really.
Hindi ko kayo papanagpisin.
Really,
Let's say, okay, so
Baka yung sponsor kasi
Oh,
niya.
yeah.
Yung susunod namin, di ba?
Bibigyan ako ng pageant. Joke. Yeah, go. Estimate.
estimate. So I was supported by my LGU. I was gifted 100,000 pesos. So that really helped a lot. It helped
The
so
city
much.
government of Las Piñas.
Yes, the LGU, mga Aguilars. They're basically the Aguilar family. So Miss Imelda gave me 50K before the elections, and right after the election when her daughter won, Nene Aguilar, she also gifted me 50K. So that really helped a lot with my journey. Because it was spread out, you know, so
Yeah.
I was able to budget it.
So it's 100,000, 200, how much? Based on overall.
Overall,
The gowns,
The
the expenses, the
gowns.
lala move, the food delivery,
my goodness, I really,
the shoes, the makeup, the hair.
I'm really sorry, but like that is such. It's
Yes,
such a
it's
yeah,
very complicated.
because I really want to protect also my designers, you know, because Aaron Montoya, he did everything for me. He did my national costume, he did my preliminary, and my finals gown. But the thing was with my preliminary gown, that was it. Binibining didn't approve of it. Did I say that? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
she can buy it.
yes, because there were things that it maybe it just didn't really align with the whole vibe, and so we had to make another gown, and it's just really part of the process because it's really part of the process of pageantry, especially as a first timer. There were things that I wanted that didn't really seem very pageant Terra. That's just
So can you say that you during the finals night is already who you really are? Or it's because of the different contributions of the different visions of different people like Binibining, the designer, etc.
of course I needed, first of all, I needed guidance from Binibining, always need that. And so finals gown, again, we even changed it. Like we had an initial dress, but then we had to change it because it just didn't really align with me anymore at one point because like things, my ideas change, my vibe changes and stuff. And as
But you were very ethereal
Oh, thank
during
you.
the night with your veil and everything.
thank you,
Para kang ano eh, para kang Arabian princess.
we really
coming
wanted
out like that.
Thank you so much. We really wanted something at first before revising the gowns over and over. We really wanted something related to who I am as an actress. So we wanted to go for a red carpet look, but then we took a step back from that. So that's when we decided to revise it again and again.
So not expenses, so value. Let's talk about value. So if you can tell us the actual expenses, so value. So it's roughly around 500, 300. I mean, we're not
This
talking
guy's
about
really
expenses.
coding this stuff, man.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm actually leaning towards another question. That's why I'm asking.
Yes,
Naka-NDA pa daw si
for a
Charot
first
lang.
timer. For a first
I don't
timer.
think they're comfortable with that question.
Well, that is
something that pertains.
Sige na daw.
So,
The girls are doing their best to protect them, their
jumping
Design.
off
Yeah,
from
So I think what
this.
you would like to know is the value
The value.
has given, especially to
So-
courage for them.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no need to
If we harp on the
itemize
amount,
now. Estimation lang.
it
Company.
really-
Adds up.
It's like
Adds
asking,
up.
More like
it's like me asking you how
200,000.
much you
That's it.
earn monthly.
Yes.
And siguro we can skip that line of questioning, please.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
Jumping off from his question about